Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Celestibration.
Where we celebrate Celeste.
Yeah, it is release day for my debut novel. It's a YA contemporary thing, and it's titled All the Way Strong. I am so excited. This day has already been so amazing. And we're just going to celebrate the book in this stream. There's no real plan. If y'all have questions about said book, if you have not ordered it yet and you want to ask some questions, even if you have ordered it, ask some questions and I will gladly answer them. I have my lovely co-host Anne with me. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Anne. I got to proofread this book, so I've cried many, many times. If you're reading it and you need someone to, share that emotional damage with, I am here.
Yes, I am also here. Please, if you're reading the book and you're like, why is this happening? I won't tell you why it's happening, but I will gladly just revel in your heart. I love it.
Yeah, you'll ask her questions to go,
well, is this going to happen? I don't know. Just reading.
It's a little mean, but...
It is, but it works. Yes. I have everything linked in the description except for the paperback, so I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Yeah, we are here. We are just enjoying the day and everything. I do see we have some amazing people in the chat. Michael is here. Hello.
I mean, welcome. That's a stretch on the amazing.
But... congratulations on the release. Thank you so much. It is I don't think it's really hit me yet. I'm like, oh my gosh, people are reading my book. Until reviews start coming in. Reminder to get your review in on Amazon, please. I forgot to remind you about Goodreads. I forgot to remind you about that. I was like, I need to do that today. There's just so much on the to-do list. Yes, I love this. I was typing in celebration, and then I was like, those are the first same 4 letters of my name. I could make a pun out of this.
It's
Hello,
very good.
Welcome. It is very much an exciting day. It is the Celestibration. Hello, Violet. Thank you so much for being here. I feel like yippee. I saw yip pie, and I was like,
that's very fair. Maybe what he meant. Who knows?
Yes. However, speaking of pie, I do not have pie, nor do I have a cookie cake, but I do have cookies. I made cookies last night, and I am very excited about these cookies.
You already teased them too.
What?
You already teased them too on social media.
I did, yes. Let me know if you guys hear an echo. I don't think you should because, that's 2 of you. Hold on. Can I turn myself around? We're going to remove myself from the layer while I figure this out. Not the most tech-savvy person, but we're getting there. Back-facing. That's what I want. I need to be sideways. Okay, so yes, I made some cookies last night. So I'm just going to turn around and do this, and then I highlight. Can I highlight no, wait. No, I'm going to highlight just the cookies. Just the cookies.
You got this?
Wait, here we go. Solo layout. Okay, so we have these lovely cookies that are really strong for the letters, and then I just made some random circles, but then it says happy book release.
Oh, I love that.
And then we come down here and we have all the way strong.
Oh!
Those were originally supposed to be open books, but I got really tired decorating, so I just kind of made them solid colors.
Very fair.
And then the squares were just supposed to be books, but again, I got very tired decorating, so they just ended up as blue. But if you think that they're books, so they're books. But yeah, that's what I did last night.
That's so cute. Did you already try one? Many?
Yes. I had a bunch of leftover dough, so I made some extra squares and extra circle blobs. And yeah, so I've had a few today. They're good. I like cookies. I can go ahead and exit out on here so we don't. No, I don't want to end the stream. It is not what I want to do.
Be rough.
Here, look at my cookies. All right, thanks. Bye. Thank you so much. I don't know much. I feel like this is Spanish.
I don't know the languages. Any of them.
But it looks like happy something. Feliz.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. I'm just assuming it's a congratulations, happy something. Thank you so much. Yes, the cookies are amazing. Yeah, I went to the store last night, and to make the icing, I did have to get milk. So I now have milk to make. I forgot to make my hot chocolate. That's what
I just was gonna say, shit, I wanted to make some chocolate.
Yeah, I was gonna make hot chocolate before this, and then like drink it on stream. Probably not have been a good idea to put peppermint schnapps in there if I have rehearsal later tonight.
We can do it with the spoilery chat. Schedule that on the day without rehearsal, and then
Yeah, so we're planning on doing a spoiler. We're planning like a month in the future. We're gonna do a spoilery chat where we just spoil everything about the book and talk about the book so much.
And gush about the characters.
The characters that we all love.
Yes.
Because hopefully by then y'all will have a chance to have read said book. Okay, that's what I assumed. And yes, the cookies are amazing. But yeah, we're just kind of here to chill. Yeah.
Do you want to read out your blurb? I don't know if you've done that before.
I can. Yes, I can read the blurb if y'all have not seen it. I haven't. I've realized today that I'm like, I thought I'd been good about like posting it and marketing it before release day, and then I like posted like some reels today, and someone's like, "Well, what's the name of the book?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it would have been good to include in the video." So I replied and like, "Oh, it's this by this author," and they're like, "Okay, what's it about? Like, where can I find it?" And I'm just like, "Shoot, am I really not that good at marketing?" So I like made a whole other reel just answering that question. I'm like, I thought I was doing pretty good. But then you know how you like one random reel that takes off and they haven't seen any of the other ones.
Yeah, no, I thought about, have I ever shared my full blurb? No, so I did that earlier today.
Yes. Like, I saw your video. I saw your video for your pre-order is live, which I'm very, very excited about. I'm going to link it in the chat. That's what I'm going to do.
Because you will also have the ebook, because I proofread Celeste's book and she's going to proofread mine. Yes. I just haven't finished it. The ebook has been such a pain, but you'll have it by the end of the week. So
okay, yeah. Ebooks are not the easiest, especially with like images. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's something else.
You've pushed through. Your ebook has come out beautiful. At least, the one that I saw. I already downloaded it in Kindle Unlimited, so I can read it again and again.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything major that changed except for those few plot holes that you pointed out.
Yeah, but if I read it in Kindle Unlimited, you get money from the page reads. So
that I do. I was talking to my sister about page reads and Kindle Unlimited last night because she reads her books in KU, and I was like, oh, it's based off of page reads. And like they kind of like divvy up between how many pages are read for all the authors. So it's like kind of different per month. And she's like, oh, well, now I'm just going to buy the actual ebook so that you get like your actual money. I'm like, oh, thank you so much.
I mean, she can buy the ebook and then still read in Kindle Unlimited, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you can. Maybe. Probably.
I don't know. I know I bought the ebook, so I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm excited. This is making me want to go look at the dashboard.
I know, I already looked at my dashboard for pre-orders and it's gone up 3 since my video came out. So I'm like, I'm sure yours have gone up. I want to know. I want you to share. But, self-control is probably best.
See, my self-control is lacking right now. But okay. Your link is in the chat for your pre-order because I'm so excited for your book and your series and everything.
Thank you.
But yeah.
But we are here to talk about you and your series.
But I want to support you.
We'll do that in a month. It's fine.
Yes. Anyway, do you have any general questions that I could talk about? Putting you on the spot.
I mean, that's okay. So I had questions and then I watched all of your videos and I was like, well, this answers a lot of questions.
I can re-talk about them. It's fine.
Okay. Well, first off, I need to know about your characters, because I love your characters, and like, are you like do you come up with a character and then the story, or is it like the story and then the character grows into it? Do you understand what I'm asking?
Yes. So for all of my books, it is so different. For this book in particular, back in like middle school when I was like 10 or 12, when I was a
very
child,
dark for middle school.
It is. I wrote. Yes. Back when I was in middle school, I had I'll just talk about how the main, like, what the actual thing that happened was. It's very dark. So originally, this is no longer like how the book goes, so I'm not spoiling anything, but I do want to talk. I'll make a whole video about how like the book has changed over the 9 years I've been working on it. But the original idea I had was for a cross-country runner. Shoot, it does spoil some things, but it doesn't. But it does, but it doesn't. How much can I talk about the book? Okay, so all of this stuff that I'm talking about could or could not be in the final draft. You won't know unless you read the book.
Right.
So, Anne, don't give anything away. The original idea I had was for a cross-country runner to lose her leg and then be forced to stop running and try to keep running again because that's what she loves doing. But then there's this whole like romance side plot with her like best friend, and she was in a toxic relationship and she thinks that her two best friends are getting together in a relationship when she might be falling for the best friend and all of that stuff. So there was romance in this book. It's gone. But yeah, that was like
okay.
There is romance, but there's not. Yes. But yeah, the main idea I had was for that to happen. And the way that happened in the first book, in like the very first draft, was a car accident.
What?
So, you know, everything was... So this is all just up until like the blurb point. So the first like chapter or two of the book is essentially like the blurb. It's basically like she has pain, but she keeps running, and then at one of the like in the very first draft of the book, at one of her cross country meets, she is told that she has cancer. Like, what? Again, this was all in middle school. So much has changed. But that happens, and then on the way home from said cross country meet,
come on,
she gets in the car accident.
Okay, I can see that happening.
So it's very, very, very different.
Yes, I can confirm.
Yes. But yeah, I came up with that idea. And like whenever I was driving like around my hometown, I'm like, this is the exact intersection where it happened. My imagination was wild. So that's what happened. That's how I came up with the story idea, was just like me having a very odd imagination in middle school. And then the character kind of grew into it. So that's how this book came to be. And from draft 1 to draft 2, mostly everything changed, except like the character stayed kind of the same. Like, she kept her wall. Like, there's so much that changed in this book, but she kept her walls up, and she didn't want anyone to know that she was in pain. But yeah, it's like the character from that point on, it was mostly the character, and then the plot was happening to her. Whereas like the first draft was the plot is just everything. The plot was insane. But for all my other books, since they all take place in the same universe, now I know the characters before I know their plot. So it's the complete opposite. So like Amelia's book, I knew I wanted to tell something for her story, but I could not. I had an idea of what I wanted it to be, but I was like, I don't want this to happen because I love this character too much, and I don't want anything bad to happen to her. Mm-hmm. And then I was trying to come up with other story ideas that I could, and the one that ended up being the book just kept calling back to me, and I'm just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then I did it. And I'm like, it had to be done. So yes, this book, Project A, is the one I'm talking about. Will be going out to betas hopefully within next week or two, which I'm so excited for.
Yay!
Yes. So yeah, it all depends on the story, but all the way strong, it started out very much plot driven, whereas all of the other ones are mostly, I like this side character, what is their story? So we've had a lot of people join us in the chat. Autumn is here. Hello, friend. Welcome. Hello. I'm glad you could make it. We're just talking about the book, chatting about things. I'm trying not to spoil anything. Hello, welcome.
Just a little bit, maybe.
Hey. Yeah, but you won't know if I spoil anything until after you read the book.
Right, which is the link down below if you want to grab a copy. It's on Amazon. It's in Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah, all of that fun stuff. But yeah, I'm just really excited for everyone I'm just so excited. Like, you only publish your debut book once, hopefully, because you could unpublish it and then like redo it and republish it, but it's just been so exciting. Yes, you have. The beta process for this was so long ago.
I mean, has it come a long way since then? How about not just first draft to last draft, but like beta?
From beta to this one? I was trying to look for the beta draft. So the one that I made all the edits in, I think there's not a lot that changed. There are considerably less typos. Yeah, so there's something that happened with her physical therapist when they first met. That no longer happens because I got feedback saying no. And I was like, okay. And I was also kind of iffy on it. There is a scene I took out from the beta draft. There's a scene I've added in. So I added it, like again, I'm not spoiling anything, but the scene like with her entire family having a meeting about things. Yes. I added that scene in from the beta to this one. That wasn't in there.
Such a good scene.
I think I had like initially written it and then taken it out and then added it back in. Yes. Yeah, it's just, I'm so excited that people are reading this, and I keep forgetting that people have already read it, because like when I first saw your comment, I'm like, it's been out for a day. What?
And it's a 90,000 word book. Like,
yeah, and then my brain started working. I was like, oh wait, no, I did betas for this, and you were one of the lovely betas. It's been a long day. It's been a very exciting day. I made like 4 loaves of banana bread today. It's been great. But yeah, it's very interesting. Like, not a lot has changed from the beta draft, but just a little bit, little things here and there. And then those couple scenes.
While you were answering my last question, I asked myself if you ever did read out the blurb, or did you just want to read out the blurb?
Yeah, I can read out. I pulled up the what is this? The Amazon page in order to read it.
Yes.
I also have a book trailer that I put up. I had my friends and family help me with that. So if you are more of a visual person and would like a more movie-ish style book trailer for the book, that is up as well. It's not linked anywhere, but it's on my YouTube page.
Celeste is portraying the main character. The acting is like on point. Like, I love it so much.
And you can say that because you've read the book.
Yes.
I have read this book in one day. It's a process.
It's also an emotional process, I think. Like,
yeah, I finished proofreading Project A, and I was just like, oh wait, I know what's coming. Oh no. Like once I got to this scene where I'm just like, all right, I know what this chapter holds. Got to prepare myself. Thank you.
Right?
I was trying to do something a little different. I don't know how I sometimes ideas just like come to me, and this idea, like the script idea, just came to me, and I was just like, it starts with the ticking of a clock, and it's her talking to a camera, which doesn't happen in the book. She's not a vlogger, but I just had this idea.
Would it be if she was?
Interesting.
Yeah,
but yeah, no. But yeah, I just had the whole script like come to me, so I just like wrote it down, and I was like, all right, I'm doing it. And then I filmed it like 2 nights before it went up, and then I didn't have a computer to edit it on.
Oh
no! Because my computer had died. So I was like, all right, how am I going to edit this video? I'm like, I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and film it just so I have it for when I get my new computer. Yeah. So it was a whole thing. And then T. Irvine said, how long did it take from beta readers' feedback to final draft? So I honestly can't remember the timeline. I think it was, because I know it was the end of a semester for school, because I had a couple people in college who were reading it, and I was like, I want to make sure I give them time to like work on their finals. So I think it was like, I gave them till like the end of December-ish. So I got all of my beta feedback, probably like December, it was at least by Christmas. And then I started implementing all of my beta feedback, had it all implemented first or second week of January. And then I sent it off to my editor in February. I got it back from her for line edits, and then I sent it back for copy edits, which was That was February. I got everything back from my editor March 1st. And I had a lovely note from her that I would like to read as well. There's so much stuff that I want to do today. Because like it's like I will gladly take anyone's feedback from this book, but like something about reading it from my editor was just like, oh my gosh, this is actually good. What? Well, I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, it's just so I got all my feedback from betas in December and then January, February, March, and then now it's April. So about 4 months from the time sending it to betas to publication is about 6. So because I give them like a month-ish, and then I take a couple weeks to implement my edits and everything. My clients would probably hate me, but I can do it. Yes. Reading books in 1 day. I mean, it's definitely doable. I gave Anne a hard deadline. I was like, hey, I need this done.
Which please. It was my fault for procrastinating to begin with. Like I should have been more on top of it.
Yeah, so I was just like, can you have this done in the next like 2 days? And you're like, yeah, sure.
I did. I got it done.
And then my sister is here. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. I'm assuming you're off work by now and home. So I'm glad you can start reading the book tonight. Let me know what you think. I'm really, really excited.
So jealous of having siblings who actually want to read your book. My brother's been like, are you going to make an audiobook? And I'm like, no. Yeah. He's like, but I don't want to read it.
Yeah, I know my friends called me yesterday and they're like, if you need people to narrate your audiobook, let us know and we'll do it for you. And I was just like, you know how much effort and editing that takes? So we're going to start with the blurb for the book. And again, I do see a couple of questions in the chat, which I will definitely get to. But if you have any questions, please let me know because I would love to talk about this book for as long as possible. I will have to cut this stream. An hour and a half. Yeah. I will have to cut this stream after like an hour 15, hour 30, depending on how we're feeling. Because I do have somewhere to be at 7 p.m. tonight, which is also very exciting. But I'm going to go ahead and read the blurb just so you guys can get to know a little bit more about what this book's about if you've not already read the blurb. So hopefully I won't stumble with my words too much because I'm tending to do that.
Every time I read your blurb, I'm like, oh my God, I helped with the last sentence and I feel so honored.
You know what I could do? I could just share my screen
I
can like make sure that people can see it because I'm a visual person.
That's very fair.
I don't know if that's readable, but...
No, that's fine.
Okay, so it says, I can't go back. I can't change things. I can't let them see my pain. Wind, rain, heat, or snow, high school junior Olivia Bennett is used to running no matter the circumstance. Even when the pain in her knee causes her to slow down, she still competes against herself every cross-country meet. That's what she's trained herself to do. Until one day, the pain is too unbearable to hide from her coach. Forced to stop running until she's cleared by a doctor, one visit with her primary care physician quickly turns into multiple visits to the hospital. When a devastating diagnosis is reached, the idea of running again slips from her grasp. While deciding whether to fight for her past or embrace an uncertain future, Olivia does her best to focus on normal life, hoping she won't lose more of herself along the way. So that's what the book is about. And as you have read the book, and anyone else who has read the book for betas, do you think that accurately portrays enough to get people interested and is like an actual portrayal of the book?
It's a very good actual portrayal of the book because I feel like it, talks about the main conflict without necessarily spoiling what the main conflict is. Yes. Like there's still that mystery of like, what is it? But you know what the conflict is. So I think it's a great blurb, but also there's more emotional damage in the book than you think it is. Like you're just gonna cry all the tears.
Yeah. I was trying to like not be like, this is a very, very sad book, but also
there's also happy tears.
There are happy tears. Yes. Like, there are some. One of my favorite scenes is one of my favorite scenes. Like I just it takes place at Christmas and it's just like my favorite thing in the book. It is so wholesome. So that is the blurb. And then I'm just going to read what I got back from my editor when she finished wrapping up copy edits. She said, "Hi, Celeste. I just wrapped up copy edits for All the Way Strong this morning. I've attached the document below. Please let me know if you have any questions." She said, I don't know if it was in this one or the other email. Oh wait, hold on. It's the other email. I'm reading the wrong email. No!
You got this. It's fine.
Here we go. Why can I not find the email?
Note to self, prep every email you want to read out in stream next time.
I can't find it, but it's okay. But basically, like, I think it was after she had finished either copylet edits or line edits, she said, "Oh my gosh, this is such a good story," like in more like proper terms. But she's like, "This is such a good story. It comes across very well researched, and it's just emotional and deals with some hard topics, and it's pretty great." And I was just like, "Aw."
You can find it for the spoilery chat in a month, and then read it to us.
Yeah. So I'm so excited to hear everyone else's opinions on it, and I'm just so excited. Genevieve asked, commented on when you read. I've been meaning to reply to this. I just haven't gotten around to it. Would you consider your book literary fiction? And my answer is I have no idea. I'm not 100% sure exactly what contributes something as literary fiction, so I'm gonna look it up real quick. Because I want to say
what I was thinking. Like, what is literary fiction again?
Novel that emphasizes style, character, and theme over plot. So I would say probably yes, maybe.
You did say earlier you wrote this book based on the plot and not the characters and stuff like that, but it's still a very nicely written book.
Thank you.
You know what I mean, right? Like,
yeah, yes. I always think literary fiction, and I think like classic books, so like things that came out in like the 1900s. It would be something I have to do more research into, but I mean possibly. It's not categorized under literary fiction on Amazon. It is like number like 15 in one of the categories. Like one of the categories where like The Fault in Our Stars is at the top.
What?
But it's also a very small category. There's not a lot of books in it. I was just like, wait a second, that's weird. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, number 17. It went down a little.
Exciting.
Yeah, there's like 2 pages on Amazon for this category, but I'm on the first page. Or of like the top 100. Wait, no, I don't understand how Amazon categories work, but I'm in the top 100 of this category. That's so weird, but also very exciting.
Very exciting.
Yeah. So, do you think you'll ever revisit Olivia? Not anytime soon in particular, not from her point of view. However, Project A, so for those who have read All the Way Strong, you will meet a character named Amelia. In there, you also meet Finn, who are some of my favorite side characters. And those 2 characters are the main characters for Project A. Amelia, this is literally Amelia's book, Project Amelia. So you will see Amelia in this. This is Amelia's book. I am very excited for this book to come out. As I'm celebrating one release of book, I'm just like, I'm also really excited for this. So this is Amelia's book, and the scenes where you saw Amelia and Olivia interact come back in here from Amelia's point of view. So you don't need to have read one book to read the other, but you will get like a deeper understanding of all the characters and everything, and you get to see how Amelia perceives Olivia and how she perceives Finn and their whole relationship. And I'm so excited for this. So Olivia does pop up as a very, very side character in Project A, but I don't think I'll have her come back as like a main character anytime soon. I do have an idea for her story for like when she's like an adulty person, like when she's like 30-ish, I think, 2030. I've already talked to Anne about this. Yeah. Like, I'm so excited. I've talked to her about like all my books. So I do have an idea for her story later on down the road, but it's not one I'm actively working on, nor do I think I will be until I publish a bunch of other books that I want to write first. But yeah, you'll see her again in some other books. She comes back. There's also another book that I've written where Olivia's like a child, so she's younger. And you get to see Olivia as a little kid through somebody else's eyes. I don't know if that book will ever get written, but it's an idea that I have. And yeah, so there's all of my books are interconnected, so you'll definitely pick up on little things here and there. Words. Olivia's best friend, Sierra. I'm writing her book. I don't know if it'll ever be published, but I'm writing her a book, which is really exciting.
On the note of all your books being connected, was that like an intentional thing? And are you going to keep it going? Like, try to make everything work together in a way?
Everything is connected. So I don't know if it was originally intentional, but so when I first wrote All the Way Strong, it was originally titled The Start of Everything New, which also works, but it's a very long title.
Yes.
And there's a big significance to the title All the Way Strong for me personally, and I just love it so much. And once you get to the end of the book, it's like Olivia and I share the same connection to that phrase. So that's exciting. But when I first wrote the book, it had 3 points of view. It had Sierra's point of view, Ian's point of view, and Olivia's point of view. And they all had their own story going on. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And then I was like, I'm going to separate them out so I can focus on like one person at a time. So I was going to publish each of their books of what was originally happening in the first draft. And then I lost the first draft and was like, well, I don't really remember what was going on in their stories. So I kind of decided to just publish Olivia's point of view. And so I was like, well, I want all my books to still be connected. So like those 3 were going to be connected. And then I was like, I just kept like adding in like these other side characters that I pulled from other books, and like they all just ended up being connected. So from here on out, everything is connected, even if it's not a YA contemporary novel or like in my contemporary world that I've created. If it's like sci-fi or dystopian or fantasy, it will be a book that exists in the world. So like someone in the world will have published that book.
The Amity Affliction.
Yeah. So that's exciting. Yeah, did I answer the question?
Yeah, you did. Okay. I feel satisfied with that answer. Thank you.
So everything will be connected. I have a whole like master timeline spreadsheet of everything because I had run into like a loophole at one point where like these 2 characters were talking and this character was older, but then later on down the road, this character was younger. And I was like, that's not right. So yes, everything's connected. I'm very, very excited. And again, everything is also standalone unless it's part of a series, because I do have some series ideas that I want to work on. But yeah, everything is on its own standalone, but it gives you this whole world to experience for if you read them all. I'm not ready to cry, but I'm excited to read it and feel all the feels.
Yes.
I'm excited for you.
A disclaimer here, I do cry a lot while reading. So you might not cry every time I cry, but there are parts where like everyone who has a heart will cry. I'm sorry. But
I would love to know which parts those are after the stream. Because like I'm so like numb to this book at this point. Yeah. I'm just like, I've read it 6 times in the past 6 months.
Well, I feel like you can imagine. You know who my favorite character is.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah.
You know when I'm crying.
You're going to hate this book.
Why?
But I'm very excited for everyone to read this. I feel like the plot is important. Olivia's struggle is more the center of the story, though. So I got literary fiction 5 as I read it. Very interesting. Yeah. I don't know if because I don't outline my books, except this one I kind of did outline. So it's not really ever like plot or character driven. I'm just like, this is what's going on in their world. And I'm just going to write it down. And then I work on like making sure that the timing works and making sure everything works later. So yeah, I will definitely look into that. Did any part of the book make you cry when you wrote it? Oh, we have to go back like 2 years.
9 years.
Yeah, well, I don't think anything made me cry when I wrote the first draft of this. That book was all over the place. Everything that happens with Finn, I came up with. So I was working at a warehouse one summer, And when you're doing that, you're like alone with your thoughts all day long. So I came up with his plot out at work. So like I had like figured out all of the story stuff there. So I'd like written the scene before I actually like wrote it. But I always cry at the end of my books. So when I finished the last couple lines of this book, and the ending of this book hasn't changed since the second draft, it stayed the same. So I feel like I cried at the end of this book. I definitely, and when I say cried, I mean like teared up, because like I'm always recording myself whenever I finish a book, so I don't like actually like let myself cry. But yeah, definitely at the end of the book. But other than that, I really don't think I did. I cried a lot more during Amelia's book and whenever I've edited Amelia's book. But yeah, like it's very, there have been hard parts where that like pulled my heartstrings. And I'm just like, ouch.
Do you think you cried more because you already knew the characters better while you're writing and editing Amelia's book? Like you've already fallen in love with them as your characters. Yeah.
I think yeah, because so one of the characters in Amelia's book is she's a character in another person's book that I had been writing since middle school. And she's also like an older sister to like that main character, and now she's a mom to Amelia. So when things start going wrong in this book, and I lost it, and I was like, I don't want this to happen. I honestly tried changing the plot of Amelia's book so many times. I haven't been able to. And I can't. I just can't, because it's not what happens. But yeah, like it just depends. And then there's been some like I'll like randomly do like stream of consciousness things, like get a writing prompt and just stream of consciousness write. I've definitely cried while writing those, like realizing things about my own life. I'm like, oh my gosh, whoa. Didn't expect that to appear. It's like self-therapy. Which portion of the story was your favorite to write? Everything to do with Finn in the middle of the book was my favorite to write.
Do you have like a singular favorite scene? Going off of that.
The Christmas scene is definitely my favorite. 100%. Like, yeah. That's why when I did the book trailer, I used this. I was like strumming the melody to Silent Night during that. So that's why that appeared. It also just kind of fits because like she's like freaking out, but like this soothing melody is going on behind her. It's like that very stark contrast. But yeah, like the Christmas scene was like, I just loved it. It's like a short chapter, but it's so just like peaceful. And then all of a sudden it's like not peaceful again. But yeah, like everything to do with Finn in the middle of the book, I adored writing. That was so much, not fun to write, but I just love, I love that. I love their dynamic, and seeing Finn help Olivia, and then Olivia help Finn, like seeing them do that for each other was just so good. Yes. Will all my books be YA? No. For them, like they're all going to be clean, happy, wholesome stuff. Like even if I write adult stuff, it's still going to be clean and happy and wholesome when I get into that. Not really happy. Like it's going to. I
was going to say, like your book is not happy or wholesome. Like there's a lot of pain.
But... it will be clean. Everything will be clean. Like spiciness is not my stuff. But yeah, so the first two books I'm doing are young adult. So I have Olivia's book, Amelia's book. Those are both young adult contemporary novels. But then thinking up to next year, I have a plan for a new adult romance, which is completely different to anything I've ever done before. Because I'm like, I'm never going to write romance. And then I wrote a romance last summer. So I'm going to write a new adult, or I've already written the first draft of it. I just have to go back and, write the second draft and everything. But yeah, so I'm going to have a new adult romance, which will be like a person who has just left college and is on her own for the first time. I have a couple other new adult ideas. And then I have a few adult book ideas that deal with adult topics, which will probably come out further down the road when I'm an actual adult. because I don't feel like an actual adult right now.
Yeah.
So there's just some topics that I don't feel comfortable writing a book about if I haven't experienced them. Not that I want to experience them, but
yeah, I feel like we're still in the like new adults, like stage of life.
Yeah, it's like I've been a teenager. I'm a new adult. I can write about this, but I don't feel like I can write about being like an adult. But yeah, so there's a lot of story ideas I have, and they kind of take place from mostly like freshman year, first year of high school up until like whenever. Whatever.
That's a great time frame.
So yes and no. They won't all be YA, but the majority of them right now are. I have a couple series ideas that I want to work on, which will be YA. One of them is like an 8-book series. The other one, I don't even know, is like probably 7 books. Yeah, it's 8 books. That one I'm actually really excited for. I just need to. That one will have to have been plotted out, and I need to do some research on that for copyright stuff. But yeah, so exciting. Becca C. Smith knows a lot about creating audiobooks. You can always ask her for advice if you think of that. Very nice. Yes. I wouldn't mind paying someone to have it done, but I'm also like, I feel comfortable with my editing skills, but also not. And that's also just a whole other thing that takes up time. Because I think for Project A, I want to create my own cover. Because with Ingram Spark, the template is different than KDP. So I'm like, I don't want to bother my cover designer again and ask for a different like layout of it, because like the barcode's in a different place and the margins are all different for Ingram Spark than they are for Amazon.
That's like, their job though. They do not mind.
I know, but I mind. But also it's not a big deal getting it up to Ingram Spark right now. But yeah, thinking of doing an audiobook, like just for accessibility accessibility reasons, I would love to have an audiobook. It's just something I have to look more into.
Yes.
Okay. I'll let you be the
Yes.
Cool. What was the first book you ever finished as a full first draft? This one.
Okay, good. I guessed so much, but I wasn't sure. What did you confirm?
So I had written up until like throughout middle school, I had written a bunch of just random scenes that happen, like of all like like falling asleep when I was a child, I would like not dream up scenarios, but like dream up scenarios of like things that could happen. And so I would just like write down random scenes, but then I got because I was on like the NaNoWriMo forums in like middle school, like looking up like character names and looking up like all of like the adopt blank forums. I was like scrolling through those looking for stuff. And then I got an email being like, attend camp. And I was like, what the heck is camp? As we're in camp right now. And it's like in 2013 and it was in April. So I was like, is this a real thing? Like, do I go to a camp and write?
That's so sweet.
So I didn't do it in April, but then I got the email again. And then I saw the word virtual. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense.
We should camp for a camp sometime.
We should. That'd be fun. But yeah, so I attended my first camp in July of 2013, and I wrote the first draft of All the Way Strong. I finished it at like 50,000 words, 3 points of view, insane plot. And yeah, so this was the first full draft I had finished. I didn't touch it again until 2019. So I left it for a good 6 years. But yeah, that was the first full draft that I had written, which was just really exciting because I got behind on my camp like daily goals. Like I was struggling halfway through, but then I like last like week of camp, I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna write 50,000 words, and I did. So I don't remember what the second book I wrote was, but I do remember that this was the first one.
That's all that counts, honestly.
Honestly, yeah. Craftblend is here. Hello, welcome. Congrats on your book release. Thank you so much. I don't know if you know of Sarah Dessen. I do. I have some of her books on my shelf that I need to read. From what I read, I feel like that from what I read, it felt like that was the kind of vibe. So I'm excited to read it. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Yeah, I have one of I think I have Just Listen on my shelf right now to read. I I have so many books on my shelf to read. I do need to like, I have to specifically, oh no, I can't, well, I don't know. I am behind also on my 2022 reading goals for like the 12 books of 2022. I'm still reading March's book because I just haven't been able to read recently. So I need to like.
You had a lot to do, my friend.
I did, but
it's fine.
I also need to like specifically pick which book I'm reading next to make sure that I actually like want to read it. Because I've been like putting this pressure on myself to like read all of the indie books I've purchased up into before reading anything else. And I'm like, I need to stop that because as much like I'm gonna support indie authors till the day I die. But I'm like, I need to read something that I want to read, right? Like, and not saying I don't want to read. This is not coming out correctly.
No, I get exactly what you're saying. The indie books you have are not what's speaking to you right now. So you're picking the books that you want to read right now.
Yes. Which... Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. I just need to pick it. I'm like mostly a mood reader, so like I just need to figure out what I'm in the mood to read. But I'm also very excited for all the books I have. Do you plan to continue publishing 2 books a year? Yes, I do. I have my plan. It's over in my kitchen though. So helpful. But yeah, so this year I plan to publish these 2 books. I have published one of them now, which is just so weird. But yeah, so this year I have published All the Way Strong, and then I'm going to be publishing Amelia's book, whatever it's called. I have no idea. So these are the 2 books I'll be publishing this year. And then next year, I'm going to plan to publish 2 if I can. I really need to start working on the second draft of that new adult romance because as it's something I haven't done, I really need feedback on it to figure out if it's actually, it is a romance. Like that's the main plot. But I just need to make sure it's doing what it needs to do. And then for the second book for next year, it is up in the air right now. I have no idea. I have one other book that I've written a first draft of. It's currently Project Family, and it deals a lot with family issues. It's a young adult book. I love that book as well. I have no idea what the characters are named, but I love the book.
Is this the one where the brothers got mixed up? Like the names? I feel like
No, that was Amelia's book.
Oh!
She has 3 brothers. So I was just like, I could never remember which one was which. But yeah, so this other book, it'll probably be Project Family next year because my other plan was to publish the Siblings World series, which is a 4-book series that takes place around 2 siblings and their life, which is also young adult. So like there's a lot of stuff going on in that series, but I'm currently drafting book number 2 of that. And I don't think I'd be able to get all 4 books ready in time for like next year. So maybe that'll like, I'll publish hopefully all 4 of them the year after. But like my minimum goal is 2 books a year.
While also having a full-time job and being a responsible adult.
Yeah, while also having a full-time job and currently in rehearsals for a musical, which is so exciting.
Yeah, but like in the best possible way, you know.
I have to stay busy, otherwise my brain goes to some not so good places. So, but yeah, 2 books a year is like the minimum goal. It's doable, but I've also like had these 2 books. Like I've been working on them at least. Project A I started in 2019, so I've been working on it for 3 years now. But like I was also in college, so I wasn't really working on it. It's all weird. Like my writing schedule has gotten a lot more consistent. Like I've been working on at least 1 project every month. So, and right now I'm working on 3.
Why not?
Yeah. Well, I'm publishing this book. And then I am editing Project A, so I can send this out to betas. I made all of the self-edits. Like I have filled this book with so much editing stuff. All of the orange is just lines that I want to like put for social media because I keep forgetting about that. But yeah, so I just need to implement all of these edits, which takes like, I could do it in a day if I wanted to. So I'm doing that. And then I'm also drafting Siblings World book number 2. So much stuff. But it's all coming together. Yeah.
So exciting.
So exciting. Yeah.
So I was gonna ask how it feels to sign books, but you haven't gotten them yet, have you?
I haven't gotten them yet. I still haven't figured out my signature. Like, I have ideas of, and I don't know where I want it to be because, like, a lot of people put it here, but I don't like, because I feel like it would work better with a marker than it would with a pen, but I don't want it to bleed through.
Well, that's why you have 2 pages, like 2 front pages.
I don't, though.
But
so, like, I have this.
You should.
No more
like,
pages. This book is already big enough.
I have one, and then the second one has all of the stuff on it. So, because that's how I was told to do it.
I
and
was
then
never
you can
told
sign
to do
this, and then it can bleed through here, but you still have your first chapter, and then it's fine.
Yeah. So, because I have this page, this lovely page, and then it goes copyright and then dedication, which I also love the dedication, which I'll read in a second. I'm just so excited. Like, my favorite parts about books are the dedication and the acknowledgements.
Oh, I cried when I read the acknowledgements. Which is
I cried writing them.
Great.
Yeah, so I definitely cried while writing the acknowledgements. But like, those are my 2 favorite parts about the book, because it's like I get to just know more about like how the book came to be. Like, it's the author and me, but like I'm planning on signing it like on the cardstock of the cover. But I have no idea my signature yet. I've been trying to figure it out. Like, it'll eventually come to something. It's fine. It can change over the years.
Right. And then someone has like, oh no, I have like a first edition with their old signature. And then
yeah.
So exciting.
So the dedication for this book, because that's a thing. So the dedication for this book is to the coaches, mentors, and teachers who push us to try our hardest, and to those who understand when we need to stop.
That's so deep.
I love it.
All the right spots.
Yes. Because like, and that encapsulates, family members. Like, mentors can be literally anyone, like family members, parents, coaches, like, yeah, because, and I'll get to that in a second, but Cool Gamer showed up. Hello, welcome. It should be fine if you say use a Sharpie. Yes. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I also want to make sure, I want to figure out what color I want to do, because I might do them based on what book it is. Because like everything for this book is purple.
Right. And Amelia's book is green, right?
Yes, it's going to be like an emerald green. Yeah. Dark emerald. That's what. So like whenever I get like the first copies of the books.
As someone with a green wall, I very much appreciate
that. So whenever I get like the first copies of the books, it's going to be their color. But yeah, so yeah, we have like 15-ish minutes left. So if anyone has any last minute questions, please let me know. But I'm just gonna like talk about why I kind of wrote the dedication that way.
Yeah.
So I did cross country all throughout middle school and then most of high school. I planned on doing it all throughout high school because I don't quit things. I did. I got to senior year of high school because I was also doing theater at the time, which took up a lot. And if you're in one thing and another, you can't always dedicate all your time to one thing. I was never the fastest runner, so I was not like Olivia in that way. I am more like her friend Sierra. I'm just there to do it and have fun, and cheer everyone else on and still enjoy those meets, but then also be like, shoot, I was the last person again. Which is a very disheartening feeling. And so I had one coach freshman year who pushed me to try my hardest. And, I think I didn't quite break 30 minutes that year for my race, but I did get closer than I had before.
30 minutes on what?
A 5K, 5 kilometers, which is like 10 minutes, like changing units, but 10 minutes per mile.
It's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, so like, but he like pushed me to do my hardest and everything. And, he was great in that way. And then we switched coaches to sophomore year, and we had the same coach now from sophomore year up until now. And he was a little bit more relaxed. He kind of, I don't want to say he cared about us more, because both of them cared in their own ways. But if we were having a bad day or if we wanted to do theater, like I asked him like, hey, can I go audition for the fall play? And he's like, yeah, sure, go have fun. And I was like, whoa, okay. Because our original coach would not have let us do that. He said, nope, you're in cross country or nothing else. I'm like, okay. just very two different styles of coaching. And then when it came to like junior year, like I was slowing down, I couldn't do anything. Like and then they brought in a bunch of people from the track team who were very fast. And I was like, okay, now I'm just feeling really bad about myself. So come senior year, I went to all the summer conditioning. I ran and was like, I always started back at square one like during the summer. I just always kept going backwards. So in senior year, like before our first cross country meet, I was just like having a really bad day because we were doing a speed workout, which are normally my favorite ones because like you just have to run around the track a bunch and then it's just fun. Instead of like going on, like I enjoy long run. I enjoy different types of runs for all the different reasons, but we were doing a speed workout and I was just not feeling good that day. Like I was coming in last every single time. And I was like, this is not good. I don't want to be here. Like I had been leaving practices like crying in my car because it was that bad. Like I was comparing myself to everyone else, which is not what cross country is about. You're supposed to be comparing yourself to yourself and getting better personally. And he noticed we were like doing weightlifting after running. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No." It's like, "We're going to talk later." I'm like, "Okay." So after practice that day, we like talked in his classroom and I was like, "I don't think I can do it this year. I'm not good mentally. I don't want to run." He's like, "Okay." And he didn't try to talk me back into it because he wanted me to eventually be at a place where I would be in a good relationship with running again and enjoy it instead of leaving and hating myself. Right. So like I loved both my coaches for both that reason. And then I had like my very first like sprinters coach in like elementary school who ordered a signed copy, and I'm so excited for her to read it. Like I'm gonna write in her book when I get it. I'm just gonna like point to the dedication and be like, "This includes you," and put a smiley face on it. Because I'm just like,
cry as that.
Yeah, because she's the one who like, because I had done cross country or like running in like third grade and was very slow and was pretty much walking for most of it. And then I joined up again in fifth grade with her as like the coach, and she just supported me the entire way. She's the coach I did my first 5K under as like, I don't know, like 10 years old, I think. And it was just so much fun. And then she's like, "You should join cross country in middle school." And she didn't tell like a lot of the people in like the sprinters club but she like handed me all the paperwork and she's like, you should go join cross country. I'm like, okay. So I did. And if I hadn't joined cross country, like this book would not have existed. So to everyone who pushes us to try our hardest, you're awesome. And to those who understand when we need to stop, you're also awesome.
That's so special.
I know. Like it's just those little things. I'm just like, I don't know how much other people will get from this, but it's like, it means so much to me. I'm working on Amelia's blurb right now, or not blurb. I need to work on Amelia's blurb though. I'm working on like her dedication and the title and everything. I have a couple ideas, but we'll figure that out in November.
Right. Yep. Dedications are so hard to write. I feel like either they like come very like, okay, this needs to be the dedication, or you're sitting there like, what?
Yeah, I feel like I wrote this. I don't know where the other book is because I have two of the same book.
Gone.
It happens.
You'll find it eventually.
It's somewhere. But yeah, like when I got the first like physical copy and like all of this, I was just like, I know the blurb, and I didn't know exactly how I was going to word it, but I did know. I was like, okay, I wanted to say something about the coaches and mentors and teachers because there's some amazing people. Kat is here. Hello. We got about 15 minutes left before I have to call it off. So if y'all have any last minute questions, get those in. Or we can just keep being, or I can start talking more about Project A, which is coming up in November of this year.
The more you talk about it, the more I need it. Like,
I just need to implement edits. Y'all will get it before before the actual date of which I said I'll give it to you guys by, because I always send things out early, except for the signed copies.
That's not your fault though.
No, it's not. Well, it kind of is, but it's not. But yeah, as soon as I implement all of these edits, I will send it over to you guys. And then I'll send it in sections. So that's how I do my beta reading, is I send it in like 3 sections. So I can get like intricate feedback on each one specifically. So there will be a whole email explaining all of this. Crystal's here. Hello. Can't stay just because I gotta do adult things, but want to say congratulations on publishing All the Way Strong. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for dropping in and saying hello. It's been amazing. It has been such an amazing day. Someone from the cast that I'm in for the musical is just like, can you because I forgot to put the links in my my personal Facebook post, and she's like, if you add the links, I'll get a copy. And I was just like, I added all the links, and she's like, awesome, I just got it on Kindle Unlimited. But if you don't make money from Kindle Unlimited, I'll purchase it traditionally. I'm like, it's all good. I make money from Kindle Unlimited based on page reads. We're good. So it's been such an exciting day, and I've said this in my vlog 1,000 times, but like none of this would be so exciting without all of you guys and all of your support. Like I have a hard time like knowing or like believing that people are supporting me, but until they do, just trust issues. Right. So like when I posted my post at midnight today, just because I wanted to get it up and then share it, and then I woke up to like 8 notifications of people mentioning me in their stories, and I was like, what the heck? Like it was insane. Y'all are the best. And then just seeing everyone's support has been absolutely amazing. And it's just, I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to go check the KDP dashboard.
Yay!
Just to see, I had told myself I wasn't going to check it until later today, but I just want to see.
Did you have like a goal in mind? Like, I want to sell this many in release month or something like that?
I did have the goal of selling 20 signed copies before release day, and today is release day, and I hit my 20th signed copy today.
Congratulations! Yay!
Yeah, I need to like update my board because right now it's at number 19, but I can update that, and I'm at 20 signed copies. So as soon as the signed copy, I have 5 more left in stock once they come, because I ordered 25. But
are they gonna be a constant thing?
Like, I hope so. Maybe because like I have to like shell out the money first hand, and then I'll make it back. So it kind of just depends. So maybe like once I sell out the next 5 copies, I might not order some more until like May-ish. Just based on interest. Like, and you can always like, I think on the website you can, once they're like sold out, you can like have a button that says email me when they're back in stock, and I think I get a notification saying someone's hit that button. So hopefully, but I'm gonna go ahead and vlog this part as well, because I have been saying that I don't want to look at the KDP dashboard too many times today, and I think because I looked at it this morning, I knew what the numbers were at midnight, and I'll look at it tonight when I go to bed. But I also just want to look at it now just to see where it's at. So if we go to reports,
and they're not in the pre-order anymore, right? Like they're in the like sold category now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't know who this person from the US is that's bought my book.
How do you know everyone that's bought your book?
Okay, so I know everyone who has ordered a signed copy. Like, it's all friends and family. There's a couple ebook people that I don't know, but like, because I know you and my mom had pre-ordered an ebook, and then I didn't know the 3 other people. But like, there's just like, there appeared one paperback on Amazon on the 2nd, like the day it went up. I was like, I don't know who that is.
Well, it's not me if it's in the US.
No, I do see your paperback up on the German one, as well as the ebook, and then an ebook from France, and then I can't do math, but like 3 from the US, I think, which is so exciting.
So exciting. Also, I've decided not to give the ebook to my best friend, but instead annotate it, because I was thinking of annotating the signed copy, but then I was like, no, like that's 2 different things. I need both copies.
Okay, yeah. Hold on. So Kindle page reads is at 478.
What? That's so exciting! Congrats! That's like a full book. How many pages does it have? It's
like 317.
Okay,
so like
the version you sent me has 750.
Yeah. So some people are reading it over on Kindle, which is amazing. On Kindle Unlimited.
316 it says on Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. But that's insane. It's like I'm making money from this. I wrote a book and I'm making money from it.
What a concept!
What? But do we want to know like exact totals that I can see?
Yes.
Okay. So
if you want to share.
Yeah, I don't mind sharing. Exact totals is 2 paperbacks from Amazon, and then 7 ebooks from Amazon, plus the almost 500 Kindle page reads, plus the 20 signed copies. And some of those are crossovers between people because you've ordered like 3 different copies by now.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, my mom ordered an ebook and then my sister ordered an ebook, but they also ordered paperbacks. But like, it's so exciting. Like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm blown away.
And you deserve all the support, and it's a great book. And yes,
I love that because like you don't typically read young adult contemporary, and you're like, this is amazing.
I was talking about this with someone else recently, and I was like, sometimes when you're an author and you have author friends, it's very hard because they write stuff that you don't care about.
Yeah.
But even though I don't care about this book, like it's just that I don't know. Wait, even though I don't typically care about this genre, that's what I was saying. I care about this book. You get what I'm saying, right? Like, it's a great book. It's an amazing book. And I will be reading it again. And probably again. And then again.
And then you read it again when Amelia's book comes out, and you're going to see how they connect.
I'm already crying. Like, you're going to have my favorite character so much, and I don't know if I can handle it.
I'm so excited. Yes, this stream... This parts of the stream is so exciting. Just
it is.
Seeing your hard work pay off is insane. And then Alexandra is here. Alexandria, sorry, is here. Hello. We do only have about 5 minutes left of the stream, but you can go back and rewatch the entire thing. We talked a lot about this book, all of the amazing things. Yeah. Yes.
You will be setting a date for the spoilery chat soon, right? So we can.
Yeah. I just need to figure out which day I have more time than an hour. Because I will gladly talk about this book for like 5 hours.
Same.
But as we are at the end of the stream, I would like to do one very, very special thing. And I would like to give away 1 ebook because it's easier to do that than wait for the copies to come in the mail and sign a copy and send it out. I will be giving away 1 free ebook of this book to anyone. I need to come up with a question. I did not prepare this. None of the stream was prepared. We're flying off the cuff here.
We're doing fine. It's been an hour and 10 minutes and no one has noticed that we're not prepared.
Yeah, we're good. Joan is here. Welcome. Hello. Popping in to say congratulations. Thank you so much. It's been an honor watching your whole journey. So
right.
Thank you. Yeah. And I'm so excited for your new book release as well. That's coming out soon. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Everyone has books coming out and I'm so excited. So to anyone who can answer the question, and you might have to just guess at this one because it's the only question I can come up with. What year did I start writing this book? If you just want to take random guesses, go for it. The first person who gets their answer correct in the StreamYard chat, because sometimes it's different than YouTube, will get a free ebook of this book. Or if you want to pass it to the next person, if you already have bought one, that's fine. Or I can do like a $5 Amazon gift card. You can go pre-order Anne's book.
Thank you.
Yeah, if I'll type up the question on a banner as well, because that would probably be very helpful. So I don't see it yet.
I'm itching to like answer, but also like that would just be rude. Like I can't do that. So
okay, so here we go. What year did I start writing this book?
I feel like we've talked enough about this industry already.
I do see the answer, which is exciting. Yes, it was 2013. Oh, I did mention this during the stream. I completely forgot about that.
We've also both said, 9 years ago. So it's very basic math. But...
Yes. Awesome. If you want to I never know how to get a hold of people. If you want to either leave your email, because I'm just going to email you the EPUB with instructions on how to download it to your phone, because that is the easiest way for me because I don't have a BookFunnel account. If you want to either leave me your email, or if you want to go to like Instagram and DM it over there, whatever you're more comfortable with, then I can send you an ebook.
Yes. You can also do it on Celeste's website with the form if you don't have a
Instagram
if you're not account.
Yeah, if you're not on any social medias, then you can go to authorcelestejoan.com, and then like under the subscribe at the area, you can like just subscribe to the newsletter, and then I'll get your email that way as well. So whatever you feel like doing. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Unfortunately, we do have to cut the stream now, as I forgot that I have somewhere to be in an hour. But yes, it has been exciting. Also, Celeste, the stream immortalizes the stretch of your day too. It does. Yes. I specifically took the day off work just so I could enjoy this day. And I'm going to be doing the same thing in November. I'm going to take the day off work just so I can enjoy the day. Because if I was working right now, I would have gotten off, and then I would have had to immediately hop on stream, and that would have been just a lot. So it's just been so exciting. Yeah, no, 2013. And that is A-okay. Like, yeah, it's not something that like I always say like, oh, I've been working on it for 9 years, but like it's not common knowledge. And then yes, please watch the video play. It's just been a very exciting stream. And it's been awesome. We've talked a lot about this book and everything. And then again, don't forget to send me your email somewhere so I can send you a paperback or a $5 Amazon gift card, whichever one you would prefer. Ebook. Yes, my brain's not working. I'll send you an ebook or a $5 Amazon gift card, whichever you would prefer. I could also just drop my email in the chat, and then you could just email me. That would probably work a lot better.
Right. Yes.
Hold on. I'll just do that real quick. Okay. I also thought about changing my email to be some like author Celeste Joan to match everything instead of official Celeste Joan. I had made that in like a while. I had made that in like 2013.
No, you are the official
Celeste Joan when I first started my YouTube doing singing.
Right.
I'm just gonna buy a paperback copy later. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I'm so excited. Thanks and bye. Congrats again. And enjoy your evening. I definitely will. I have musical rehearsal is so much fun. So I'm really excited just to go there and just enjoy my day a bit more. I'm so excited. And thank you for being here. Thank you guys all so much for supporting me on this and coming to the Celestibration.
Right.
And I cannot wait to publish my next book, and I'm just so excited. This is amazing.
Wait for the reviews for this one.
Yes, reviews are going to be a thing. I get to see those, and it's just crazy. I'm so excited. But it is about that time where I have to get going. Anne has her pre-order link up for Removable Echo, her first book in a dystopian YA sci-fi series trilogy thing.
Thank you.
I'm very excited for it. I linked that in the chat earlier, so you can scroll back up in the chat where I can just re-link it again, which I'll probably do right about now.
Thank you.
Because I'm very excited for your book, and everyone should support you as well because you're amazing and you deserve it.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll be back doing the same thing, just the other way around in like a month. So
yeah. Yeah. So it's been amazing. Thank you guys all for being here. And I guess we'll see y'all later. Bye. We're not really doing a proper outro. We're just going to start waving. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.